Hi everyone. The problem now that we are going to solve involves the input table user det JSON. This table has one column that is details, and this column has data in the form of a JSON. And inside this JSON we have several details of a user, like the name of the user, the state of the user, short name of the state, and the city to which the user belongs. So this information of the user is present in the JSON format in this user det JSON table in the details column. So this is the input details. As part of the output, we need the data extracted from this JSON formatted data, and we need to get the columns as name, state, state short, and city, that is short name of the state and the city to which the user belongs. So this information we have to extract from this JSON format. So now we will see how we can work on this. So we need all these details. So what we will do is, let's copy one of the data and let's go to Google. Let's search for JSON formatter and click on one of the JSON formatter. Let's paste the JSON data that we have and format or beautify to get it in the right format to see how the data is added. So here we see at the first level. So inside this curly braces we see this is the first level. So at first level we have name present. So we can access the data at the first level. So let's make a note of this, how we can access the data. So name we can get directly. Now, if we have to access the state of the user, so to get to state, how we will traverse is, so this is the first level. Here we can see, we can hide things. So we have name and address at the first level. So inside address, we have the other details. So inside address, we have city. So we had this column as well, which we had to extract. So there are four columns which we need. So we have name, state short, and city. This is the short form of the state. So city we can access now using address and then city. So it will be kind of address dot city. And if we have to access the state information after address, inside this state info, we have to go deep. And inside that, in the name column, we will get the required state name. So how we will go through? We have to go to address, followed by state info, and followed by the name to extract the name of the state. Similarly, in same hierarchy, we will get the short name of the state. That is, we will go from address to state info to short. So this way we will get the short name of the state. So let's copy this, and now we will work on extracting the JSON data. Okay. So this is our input table. Now we have this data. Let's put it in comments and get this information handy for us while extracting. It will be handy. So now what we will do is we will operate on this input table. So we will say from user det JSON, and now we will start extracting the value from this JSON formatted data. So for extracting the value, we will use a function JSON value. In this function, the first parameter that we have to pass is the column name on which we are operating. So we are operating on details column. After that, we need to pass the hierarchy through which we will be referring a column. So that we need to pass using after dollar dot. So we have to specify the path for reaching to that column. So for reaching to the name, it's directly accessible at first level itself. So we will specify dot name, and this will be the name of the user. So let's run this and see for the first column whether we are able to correctly extract this information from this JSON format or not. Okay, so let's run this and see the output. So there we go. We are able to extract the name of the user. Now we will follow the same pattern, same way we will approach ahead and get the other columns as well. So we will operate on this details column and we will specify the hierarchy path of the column which we want to extract, which we have already got by looking at the JSON after formatting it in the browser here. So by looking at this, we have already extracted that information. So we are using that now. So now for extracting the state, we have to follow this path: address, state info, and then the name. This will give us the state information. So let's add that. And likewise, let's add other two columns as well. So we have state short information, so that we can get from address, state info, and short. And for the last column, that is city, we can get that by going through address and city. So address and city. So now we have written the query to extract all the columns. Let's run it and see the output. So we are able to extract the information, and this is the output that we have got. So for each of the user, we have the name, state, state short, and city. All these columns have been rightly extracted. So while extracting the columns, it is important to understand the structure, the hierarchy, where the column is located, so that it can be rightly mentioned. And using the JSON value, we can operate on the column and specify the hierarchy level where the column is present and then get it extracted. So this is the query that we have written. Okay, so please go through it, and if you found this video useful, please like the video and please share it with others. And if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you.